Okay, let's talk about the shape of distributions. In order to do that, let's remind ourselves what we just talked about. The resistance statistics, and the median is more resistant to outliers than the mean. So the shape of distributions. When you have like a skewed left or skewed right, the skew tends to pull the mean towards that direction because it's less resistant, whereas the median doesn't move very much either way. The following data represents the asking price of homes for sale in Lincoln, Nebraska in thousands. Find the mean and the median. So the median is easy. It's the average of the two middle numbers, which is 132 plus 149 divided by 2, which should be 140.5. The mean, you need to add them all up and divide by, it looks like 16. So let's do that. You can use a calculator for this, of course. The calculator will be allowed on any test you take in this class, so it should be no problem. So adding them all together, you get 25/27 divided by 16, 157.94. So why was the mean so much higher than the median in this case? It's really this $390,000 house is kind of the outlier relative to the other houses. They have small increments between them, and this big one is an outlier on the upper side, which means it's pulling the mean more towards it, which the mean gets pulled higher than the median. Now let's remind ourselves what a histogram looks like. It says use class width 50. So we go from 1 to 50, 51 to 100, 101 to 150, 151 to 200, 201 to 250, 251 to 300, 301 to 350, and I need to get to this 390, so 351 to 400. And count how many are in each group. Looks like the group with the most has actually quite a few. Frequency, this is cost. So 1 to 50, there are none of those. 51 to $100,000 houses, it looks like there's 2. $101 to $150, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $151 to 200, 1, 2, 3, 4. $200 to 250, there are 2. And then none again until we get to one house and the 351 to 400s. So this kind of represents an outlier, because if you draw the shape to cover the graph, notice that the tail is larger on the right. Now these are some general facts about this. When the tail is larger on the right, that means the mean has been pulled to the right, whereas the median stays mostly the same. If the tail is on the left, the mean will be pulled less than the median. In this case, we're confirmed the mean is bigger than the median, so it confirms we're skewed right. Now there's more measures of central tendency that you might be familiar with. The mode is just the thing that occurs most often in the data set. We're not going to revisit the physical therapist setting, we just don't need to do it. So one thing to note, if one number appears more than the rest, you have one mode. If more than one number is tied, all of those numbers are the mode, except if every single number is tied, then there is no mode. So let's just find the mode of these numbers at the bottom. So we have 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 8. Ask yourself which one showed up the most. We've got 3 8s. So the mode is 8. You don't care if something shows up twice. Once 8 shows up 3 times, unless something else shows up 3 times or more, 8 is the mode. Looking at the second set, 3, 7, 3, 8, 3, 9, 6, 9, 8, 9. So we've got 3 3s, we've got 3 9s, only 2 8s. Since 8 doesn't show up as much as 3 and 9, the mode is 3 and 9 because they both show up to most. You don't care about anything that comes in second. And lastly, 5, 7, 9, 10, 3, 6, 8, 4. None of those show up more than any other numbers, which means there is no mode. And that is all for 3.1.